So the team over at the Daily Caller went out and asked people, can men get pregnant? And they asked this question to college liberals, and then they asked this question to just regular people. There is an extreme difference in responses, and we're going to be unpacking some of those responses today. But before we jump into this video, you guys, a couple things. One, welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for being here. I'm East Coast right now, so a lot of you guys have been asking me to go film in other cities across the country. That's exactly what I'm doing this week, so stay tuned for those videos. And lastly, this video is sponsored by my friends over at Native Path. We will talk about them a little bit more in a bit. Let's go ahead and jump into this video.
Asking people if men can get pregnant at Columbia University, and then we're gonna go to Harlem and ask the same question. Do you guys think men can get pregnant?
If you identify as a man and you have the reproductive parts to get pregnant, then yeah, you can get pregnant.
So, a woman.
Like, it's a yes. Obviously, it's a yes. There's no question.
Someone that identifies as a man can have a uterus and potentially get pregnant.
If like the man has the same body structure like women, with the like here, maybe.
So you're describing a woman here, lady. These people are describing women. They know that they're describing women, but they are too deep into the cult of transgenderism where they can't go outside of that frame. Because if you say that men can't get pregnant, then you're being a transphobe in this world that they live in. And you really have to receive a higher education to be fully indoctrinated like these people.
Yeah, if you're transgender, I believe like you can do the whole procedure.
So you define your way into pregnancy, right?
You can now, yeah.
Can men get pregnant?
I want no part of this. Well, yes.
Yes. Do you want any part of it?
The answer is yes. Do you want any part of it? No. Something that's really interesting about this is this question nowadays, this is looked at, I would assume that they believe yes, right? Or they don't truly believe that, but they're saying that, and they're not going to back down from it. You're exposed as a right-winger for asking this question. And it looks to me like they're just kind of laughing at, saying, uh-oh, look at what interview we've got ourselves into. We don't want to answer any specifics. We don't want to talk about any of the nuance or anything like that. It's just the way it is. Stop asking questions, and we're going to walk away. But this is exposing him as a, quote, right-winger, when it's obviously not a left or right issue. You're talking about a very reasonable biological question, or maybe not even reasonable, but a very basic biological question. Can men get pregnant? Not wanting to participate in that and just walk away is very typical of a situation like this. They don't want to answer questions. No. Just accept what we say, and that's it. No questions, please. Now, whether people believe this stuff or not, these college students still have that social pressure of saying, okay, well, we have to do this. We have to say yes, because on the culture on these college campuses is, if you say that men can't get pregnant, you're no longer a part of the club. You're out of it. So let's see how regular people respond to this question.
What do you guys think? Can men get pregnant?
I don't know.
Men cannot get pregnant.
That's BS, because they don't got a uterus. Hello.
Yeah, they don't have uterus.
A lot of people have been telling us they can. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's outrageous, bro. We're men. We're here to, like, you know, put the seed inside the female.
We're not fucking, what's we call them? Seahorses. We not that.
Yeah, we ain't no fucking seahorses. We to get them pregnant.
Oh, gosh. It's really interesting seeing the difference, because when you're talking to the college students, you're talking to people that have a belief system. You're questioning a religion, where you go out and talk to just normal people on the street. You're now questioning, the question returns to a biological question, where everybody answers in a biological way. These ladies say, oh, well, they don't have a uterus. You can't do that. That's not how it works. All right, everyone, let's take a few moments to talk about today's sponsor. If you are struggling with swelling in your legs, ankles, or feet, you're going to want to listen up. Forget your compression socks and water pills. New research shows that swelling and inflammation can be resolved by upping your intake of omega-3 fatty acids from krill oil. Omega-3s improve circulation while lowering inflammation in the body, all while reducing swelling and pain. And there's no better time to try krill oil for yourself. Just go to fixswollenfeet.com/Klug to get 58% off. off Native Path Antarctic Krill. You guys, if you're on the fence about taking krill oil, I encourage you to look up some of the benefits because there are a ton. This krill oil is pure, effective, and easily absorbed by the body, and it contains a potent antioxidant which helps further reduce inflammation and swelling. For a limited time, all my viewers can grab Native Path Antarctic Krill Oil for as low as $19 a bottle. Just go to fixswollenfeet.com/Klug. That is fixswollenfeet.com/Klug. I will put links down in the description below. Let's get back into the video.
Men is not to have baby. God created woman and man to make baby. That's man.
Not having it. She is not having it. Something really interesting about this. A lot of minority communities and definitely specifically the black community, the Democrat Party is losing a lot of people in the black community with this extreme woke gender ideology. The black community is absolutely not buying it. I wanted to pull up this tweet from Billboard Chris really quick. He's in Philly having conversations on the street. And Chris and I have talked about this a lot. And let me go ahead and read the quote and I'll dig into kind of what I'm talking about here. Some people online like to say how this is not the city of brotherly love anymore. I couldn't disagree more strongly. I'm getting nothing but love as usual, especially from black men who come up and thank me. It's 100% support from them, not 99, 100. And it's really interesting that Chris has this experience where when he's out in the street talking about how children can't consent to puberty blockers or just talking about biological realities, he gets 100% support from young black men, or probably just black men in general. They don't buy this. They're not buying into this. Same with black women, but black men, it's literally 100%. And the interesting part about that is I experience the same thing every single time we go out filming on a topic similar to this. And so does Chris. So when it comes to it, and he was actually having a conversation with a black man basically saying he was pissed at the Democrats for pushing this woke ideology on Americans because they're just tired of it. They're tired of it. It's a war against reality, and a lot of these young black men, they're not buying it. Also, shout out to this mama bear for standing up for what's true. Billboard Chris also finishes this tweet with, the only mutterings of hate I've had have come from white women. Again, totally standard. A lot of times it's going to be college-educated white women, people that that look like this. All of this being said, it's not to make this about race. It's simply just an observation, but it's really interesting to see that a lot of white women are the people that are pushing this narrative the most, that are pushing the radical gender ideology the most, transgenderism, all of that. It's obviously not all white women. It's not even all black men or all black women. But oftentimes that's the way it is you'll have white women are the major defenders of radical ideology, possibly because they're the majority on college campuses and therefore are the majority that are being indoctrinated. It could have something to do with that.
A lot of people have been telling us that men can get pregnant. Have you been hearing this at all?
No, I have not.
You don't have a clue what they're talking about?
No.
Do you have any idea what they're talking about?
No, not really.
They're telling me that if a man has those parts, then they can get pregnant. That's what they were saying.
Really?
Does that make any sense to you?
No, not really.
No, they don't have a uterus, bro. You really can't.
They don't make no sense to me.
Only women do.
So what?
It don't make no sense to me. That's what she said. I don't make no sense to me either, lady. I agree. It's really interesting, though, seeing this difference. These are people that I'm just going to assume. I'm going to maybe they're young, maybe they haven't gone into college. Maybe the college that they chose or community college that they chose, whatever it may be, isn't just covered with left-wing activists trying to push this agenda. It's really interesting to see the people that totally adopt this ideology, this anti-science ideology, versus the people that maybe haven't really been exposed to it. And even if they were exposed to it, would they accept it? Would their logical thinking brain just say, no, this doesn't quite make that much sense. I'm not sure if I feel comfortable with this war against reality. And a lot of it has to do with a belief system. So if you're more politically involved, which most of these kids on college campuses are getting pretty politically involved, they tend to lean left, that has a major impact on whether you believe this religion or not. Right here we have a poll from UMass poll. 60% of Americans say that being a man or a woman is something that is permanent and can't be changed. So you have right here a breakdown of the people that believe this. 90% of Republicans say yes. Now, the difference when it comes to independents starts to drop a little bit, but not too much. But the difference between Democrats, 36% disagree, meaning 64% agree. So because that's the case, because 64% of Democrats say that you can change your biological sex, that will directly reflect when it comes to college-educated students as well, because they'll fully adopt that, because the majority of them are left-wing as well. So it's not surprising that you can go to a college town and hear all these insane responses about this stuff, and then go just in the streets where you're not in a 90% left-wing area and just talk to normal people that don't adopt this ideology.
So what's your opinion on that they think men can get pregnant?
It sounds kind of dumb to me.
I'll tell you what we've been hearing. So they say that if a man has a uterus, has a woman's parts, then they can get pregnant. That's what they're telling me.
Okay, I guess that makes sense, but they would be a woman.
God is the creator of this world as far as I know. He made a woman and he made a man, and he made us for a purpose.
Mama Bear's not having this at all.
Man is never gonna have a baby, so people that's thinking like that are crazy. And you better know they crazy. I'm finished with that.
She's finished with that. Right there, you can see how a lot of people in the black community, they're moving away from the Democrat Party because of this. They really, really, really don't like radical gender theory being pushed on them or their children. Brainwashing the children, they are not having it. Super interesting. Very, very interesting. But this guy right here, he almost has you worried. And he's just saying, well, hold on. Yeah, but then you'd be a woman, right? Right, okay. So you get it. You get it. The creepiest part about this is seeing the power of dominating these institutions where you can make the future leaders of our country believe just about anything you want them to believe. Gender theory is just as much of an ideology as flat earth theory. It's a belief system that not everyone subscribes to, obviously, and that's what the battle over removing gender theory from schools is. Not to mention it's anti-science and incredibly destructive to America's youth, but you can pretty much make people believe just about anything. And that's what we've actually been seeing when it comes to college students having a more favorable view. Every single poll is showing that they're having a more favorable view on socialism, communism. So it's not just radical gender theory. This shows the absolute power that dominating those institutions has. They can essentially create tens of millions of young Americans that think the exact way that they want them to think. Let me know what you guys thought about this video down in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought about my commentary down in the comment section below. If you guys want to check out the full video, as always, I'll put links down below so you can check those out. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next time I post. And I will catch you guys all in the next video.